So we back with another video. Today we got y'all boys with a very important video for 2K24. But y'all went crazy on the last one. If y'all do want a part 2 of that, just make sure to like the video. There's been a lot of people dropping builds. I'll probably do a stream later today or tomorrow going over some of those things. But for the video, like to update on top of that video with some of the newer builds and stuff like that, because there's been a lot of people dropping. Just gotta like the video. I'll probably get that out Tuesday at the latest Wednesday. Come Thursday, I'm gonna be giving y'all just an explosion of videos. So if you guys do want these videos to continue, just make sure to like and support. But yeah, this is gonna be a video going over next gen or current gen, all the differences between the two. I did this video last year because there was a lot of differences that pretty much wasn't that many the year before, and then we got way more differences and so much news on next gen, where I feel like a lot of people ain't really got that much news for current gen. We're gonna be going over all the pros, all the cons for both gens. So yeah, if you guys do want all these videos, just make sure to like, subscribe, keep supporting, comment down below, help the algorithm, all that good stuff out the way. Let's hop into it. NBA 2K24 current gen or next gen. Now, I am not gonna lie, I really only put that for the title because I know that's like the most popular, but I like the way 2K says it, new gen or last gen, because that can't really be confused. It's gonna be the newest gen versus the previous gen. But in this video, we're gonna be going over everything when it comes to the pros of next, the cons of next gen, the pros of current, the cons of current gen, and then we're gonna even go over some of the things that I think are gonna be the same or just been confirmed to be the same. So let's hop into it. So, when it comes to the pros of next gen, one of the biggest ones that we've been begging for years is crossplay. Crossplay is now on next gen, and it's a next gen exclusive thing. You will not be able to have this on current gen. So that is a big deal. That's going to be across all game modes, whether you play quick play, my team, park, rec, doesn't really matter. It's going to be a next gen exclusive. Next is going to be the new pro play and gameplay animation. Now, we don't know for sure if this is a pro, but with the fact that we got so many new animations, I would have to say this is a pro. And with the new gameplay, we will get over into some of the ways it can be a con, but for now, for this part, it is going to be a pro. Next is a beach city. We have an all new beach city. That also has like the 2 new affiliations. They brought back affiliation boost. I think that is a definite positive to the game. I will say that the city can be a little bit on the bigger side, so that could be a con, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, they brought so many new things to the city when it comes to like a couple of new things that we're gonna go over. Now, next is gonna be a nerfed build system with new badge system and new badge progression system, and all of the features are exclusive to next gen. So when it comes to all the new badges that they dropped, when it comes to the new badge progression system that they pretty much dropped for next gen, it's going to be a next gen exclusive thing. They've confirmed that, all the new changes, all the new badges. So you could even say stuff like limitless takeoff being out may only be on next gen. So for the people that have been complaining about that, if you want to play with that, you can probably still play current gen. Now that's not confirmed if it's on current gen, but they said that all the changes to the badges are only on next gen. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's kind of showing you how they really more focusing on next gen as well. Now with the next thing is going to be a new takeover system where they kind of went away from sharp and all that type of stuff. You kind of can just select your takeover in terms of what's it called. It's no longer part of the builder. It's still going to kind of be the same when it comes to playing 5v5. So if you play my team or quick play, but from what we've known, what we see so far, it's not really the same at all in terms of like the takeover perks, all different types of stuff. Oh, they also do have badge perks and stuff like that too. So that's another thing that's a next gen exclusive. Now I already kind of talked about this a little bit, but they have less affiliations where it was 4, now it's 2. And with them having less affiliations, they now have like the affiliation boost, where it's like been a lot of like discussion about this as well already, about which one to join in terms of, because one gets shooting and defensive, and depending on you getting the defensive play, you get a boost to the next offensive play, and then for the other side you get a playmaking and finishing boost, and you actually get like a perimeter shooting boost based off something too for that other side. So it's already been a lot of discussions based off them just bringing back attribute boost, and it says an attribute boost, and people are actually even discussing, does attribute boost even like affect your build? Like, can you get badges? Can you get animations? Which has been a really cool thing to see. I ain't really seen people really even acknowledge affiliations in a couple, to be honest with. After people begged for them for years. Now, this is a really big one. Actual rep system. Now, I think they could have went a little harder. I think if they gonna do it based off you chasing to become the GOAT, I think they should have had like a GOAT tier for the top 1. The top 10 is cool because we all know we all got our own top 10s. Now, I'm even doing like a top 10 on my backup channel, but less on that. When it comes to, I think they should have had like a legend tier, because I think going from rookie to, I don't even remember what was in the middle. I think it was starter. Oh yeah, rookie, starter to veteran, straight to top 10 all time is kind of crazy. So I think they should have had like a legend or even like a superstar or all-star could have been on there, but I guess they didn't want to bring back the old stuff. So I guess that's why. But they could have came up with a different term for any one of those three things, in my opinion. So yeah, yeah, it's just pretty much that simple. But yeah, that is a next gen exclusive. With that being said, the W is still a next gen exclusive, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know if this even counts as a positive, because I don't know really anybody that plays that for real. It's like a desert town. When it comes to the My NBA, that is still exclusive. Current gen still has My League, which we will be going over later. My NBA got even more updates from quality of life to online leagues, where you can have all these different commissioners and type of stuff and different types of commissioners. And then when it comes to the new LeBron era. Now, with that being said, one of the most underrated features added is a new game mode, which I had in my wish list that never came out 4 months ago because of a thumbnail, but less on that, more on this, called Starting 5, which is the closest thing we've ever had to online my career. I think this could be a really big game mode if 2K would have did it a little bit better, but I think it still could be really, really fun. Now, with that being said, no limitless takeoff and quick drops nerf. We don't know if these are still on current gen yet, but I bet this could be a pro or con depending on who you ask. So yeah, with no limitless takeoff, they do still have quick drops if you didn't know, but it is heavily nerfed because of no limitless takeoff. With that being said, 2K also finally added a speed boosting counter for locks. So with the guards be able to get badges like quick first step, they've now had a badge for locks. Now they have now split up the badge quick first step into speed booster, literally the name of the badge, and big driver. So they now have that, but for the badge for locks, they now have a badge called fast feet. So that's really, really cool that they finally did that. That should have been something that was in the game for years. They also have other badge to like help you get even better bumps besides clamps. So you got immovable enforcer, that's gonna help you be real physical on your bumps, and you always had clamps. So that should be very interesting. 2K went defense focused in terms of gameplay, and I think that's damn near the biggest pro, because if you think about the previous 2Ks that was really, really good, it was really heavily defense focused. Like when defense is OP and the offense has to make a counter based off the defense, I think that's going to be a big W. Now, another thing is badge progression system that forces different play styles. This is another big deal, but we don't know for a fact if people will actually play differently just because of new badges, because people may just make the same build as other people and they'll play the same way as other people. That may be the biggest issue, because if you make the same build, you're going to have the same badges and you're going to have the same potential on badges. So that way you probably just only have to play the exact same. Now, with that being said, replace NBA replica builds with NBA player templates. Now, I could see some people even saying this is a con. I think it's a positive, because I thought the NBA player replica builds were actually pretty bad, but they were really cool because of how rare they were and the names of them, but they were, in my opinion, very bad. Now, not only are these builds better, slightly, I ain't gonna lie. From some of the things I looked at, they only look slightly, but in comparison to some of the builds that people was making, I don't think it's as big of a discrepancy as some of the best builds on 23 and some of the builds that were replica builds. Now, with that being said, these guys ain't really been making the craziest builds for the most part, but yeah. Now, but they'll be good for people that don't want to waste time making builds like a pie chart replacement, if that makes sense. With every NBA player replica build, also you make with no edits, you also get all the players' animations for free. Now that's a big deal. Now if 2K wanted to go even crazier and want more people to make it, they could have just let you guys start out with an 85, no BC required. I bet a lot, bro, it would probably be like 75% of the community using an NBA player replica build. Now you could say it's pay to win at that point as well, because like the custom builds, if people start finding like really crazy custom builds and they just don't care about paying, that could be very pay to win, because your build could just be much better than theirs. But it is what it is. Now with that being said, 2K said they plan to drop more NBA player templates builds by the season like they did last year with the replica build. So that's another cool thing. Adrenaline boost changed, so instead of it being based off how many times you speed boost, it's now based off the defense and them getting a good bump. It's not just how many times they bump you, it's off them getting a good bump. So if like you're blowing by them, or like they're not really staying in front of you and like you're actually still able to dribble pretty decently, or just you're getting animation on them that's not really helpful for the defense, that doesn't really count as an adrenaline take. But when it comes to you losing adrenaline, it doesn't just make you like slow, it makes the shooting just tougher. So that could be a pretty big W. A lot of 5v5, i.e. when I'm saying 5v5, I'm not saying pro-am, not saying rec, I'm saying like quick play at my team. In-game quality of life changes, such as things like running plays or play calling, freelance, or substitutions. And that's all the pros I had. Now there may even be more pros, but that can be subjective. Now for the cons, we don't know if there's a MyCourt yet. I think that's a pretty big deal. I know they have the Gatorade facility, but we don't know. Now, another thing I actually could say, we now know that the way the body types work, and this is actually kind of cool. When it comes to the body types, you can get a different body type based off how much you're training in the Gatorade facility. Now, apparently, every build gets 3 different body types depending on your height, weight, and wingspan. So you gotta also understand that. But I'm pretty sure it's mainly based off your weight, like it kind of has been the past couple years. But the way you change it is in the My Player appearance after you make your build. So just like how you would do your face creation, you can now change your body type at any given time, which is honestly a really underrated W. I don't know why they didn't really promote that. That's a pretty cool thing. Now, with that being said, I said we don't know if there's a MyCourt yet. That's a pretty big deal, even though we have the Gatorade facility where I think a lot more people is going to be there so they can get these different body types and stuff like that. But with that being said, the training facility where you can go to the course and stuff like that is just not really it to me. I think the MyCourt is just 10 times better. It's just easier to get to, 10 times better, way less delay, especially when you by yourself. But yeah. Next is the 1v1 court matchmaking. We don't know if this is a thing on next gen yet. We know that they have the theater, so it may be rotational, but if this can be like a 100% guaranteed spot in the theater, this would be huge in terms of making people play next gen. This may be like one of the most important things for a lot of people. I think for me, it's not gonna really matter. I'm gonna play next gen regardless. But for a lot of people, they still play current gen because of the Galleon, which was a 1v1 court matchmaking. And they have another thing like that on current gen this year. Now, seems to have a lot of same animations, so even with pro play gameplay, the game doesn't look much different, and that is a fact. Now, the only time I've seen the gameplay look different was when I watched Pac Gaming and he was playing against somebody in quick play. But yeah, the gameplay doesn't look much different. When it came to the red gameplays, they just didn't have their animation, so I don't really know how to speak on that. It was just very I don't even want to say bad, but it was kind of a tough watch, I will say that. Next is going to be looking like slashers, and paint defense still might be an issue based off the ret gameplays from Community Day. Now, they did say the ret gameplays was not the actual, for whatever, I don't know what this means, but they said that it wasn't the game. Like, that wasn't really indicative of what the game is going to look like in terms of how the gameplay is going to be in terms of rec, in terms of park and all that. Really, quick play is more so than the rec, but I honestly think they kind of said that like a cop-out. But in terms of me looking at it, it does look different. But playing 5v5 with one person controlling the full team and the other person controlling the full team is just going to be much different gameplay in terms of how it looks in comparison to there being 5 people on one team and everybody has their own player, and 5 people on the team and everybody has their own player. It's not going to be no AIs involved. So I just don't know what to say about that. Now, let's hop into the current gen side of things. Now, when it comes to the pros for current gen, they have a new park again, which is more like a beach or a Greece-like park. If you know that city in Greece that has like those little, like all them little places on a hill or something like that, that's what I'm referencing. They have 1v1 matchmaking again, which I already kind of mentioned. That's pretty much confirmed. Not even confirmed, but we already seen what it is. We have already been confirmed to have MyCourt. We don't know about the build system, but current gen now is the only console with NBA build replicas. Now that could be a positive or negative depending on how you feel about it, but they didn't have replica builds last year, and now it's confirmed that they have it this year. With that being said, so pretty much I'm just saying that the build system on current either just is the exact same as last year, or they probably got the 23 next gen build system. We don't know. So yeah, probably the same or
2K23 next gen badge system as well. So either they have the same badge system as they had last year, or they have the tiers badge system from next gen from last year from next gen. So that may be a little confusing how I said it, but yeah. Now, another thing is they probably have the same takeover system as well, or they finally adapted the takeover system from the past couple of next-gen games. So if you played current gen in the past couple of years, you know that they've had pretty much the same takeover system for a couple of years. I think since 2K20, where you get to choose your takeovers. But with that being said, last year they brought dual takeover, but it was pretty much the exact same thing. You just got to choose 2 takeovers. Now, what they could do is they bring where they split up all the takeovers from next gen the past couple years. Since they took that out of next gen for this year, they could just throw that on current gen. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, haven't been promoted pretty much at all though, and so that may mean they put pretty much zero effort. I ain't gonna lie though, the little park y'all got don't look like zero effort, I will be honest, and it may be more copy and paste than ever. Now, being copy and paste ain't really that crazy for 2K. They got some things copy and paste on next gen when it comes to just animations being just copy pasted, you know what I'm saying? So that not really that crazy of a thing to say. My league hasn't been updated in years. That's been a thing just in general in terms of a con for the game. Now, things that'll be similar. Mama moments, both is on the game. The rewards look pretty bad, but yeah, they're both on the game. Pretty confident both has the same my team and still has cross progression, but on current gen you don't have cross play. But I'm pretty sure if you have a certain amount of my team points, it'll still cross over to next gen. If you have a certain amount of BC or next gen, it'll cross over to current gen. So yeah, I just hope that's understood. I think that's how it is. That's not been confirmed though. I don't know if it's been confirmed. I tried to look, I couldn't find it. Now, pretty confident they'll both have the same My Career story. They've had the same My Career story for the past couple years. I would be very surprised if they did away with that this year. And then last but not least, I'm pretty sure they both have seasons, and I'm sure they both have the Pro and the Hall of Fame pass. So yeah, that's pretty much all the pros, the cons, and things that I think will be similar. Based off this, what do you think will be the better 2K? I think it should handily be next gen, but depending on how this pro play system is, depending on how the defense is, they made a big key point about it being slidey. Some of the people that was at the community day when they played rec was saying it was slidey, but when they was playing quick play, they said it wasn't slidey at all. But I guess you can say that was kind of more online, but they even could play against each other in quick play, and they were saying it. So I don't know. We just gotta kind of get our hands on the game to see, but I think if I had to make a bet on it, I said next gen was gonna be more popular. I think next gen is gonna be more popular this year. Again, what I said last year though, in terms of whether you have a next gen console, whether you have a current gen console, at the end of the day, whatever your friends playing is what's gonna make the game more fun. So as long as you have friends to play with, that's always gonna make the game more fun. It just doesn't really matter if you're playing COD, GTA. It doesn't really matter as long as you have people to play with. It's just always gonna be more fun, and we all know how playing with randoms is, especially on 2K. So yeah, if you guys do want more videos like this, like I said, I can give y'all the best build in NBA 2K24 Part 2 so far. All you gotta do is just drop a like on this video, drop a like on the last video, drop a comment to help the algorithm, subscribe if you're new, make sure you got the notifications on. I should be going live today or tomorrow, just looking at some of the things to see what we looking like. Tomorrow we should have the full season 1 like blog when it comes to like what's the season rewards gonna be, what we're gonna get from my team, all this type of different stuff. You guys do want more, just make sure to like I said, subscribe if you show the support in any way you can. I appreciate y'all boys for all the support y'all been giving me, especially on that last video. Without further ado, man, 2K24 right around the corner. It's your boy Fitz, and I have to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
2K24 is right around the corner, and it's about that time we start doing our yearly giveaway. Now, this year I actually plan on doing multiple giveaways, but for the first one, I usually do the first one through Twitter. We're doing it different. We're doing it through Twitch. Now, everything this year is going to be through a channel point community gold reward. Now, I will be showing how everything works on screen while actually explaining it. Now, how channel points work. You pretty much gain points from doing anything, whether you're watching the stream, follow, subscribe, it doesn't really matter.
But as you gain channel points, the minimum that you can contribute is 250 and the maximum is 2,000. Now, the minimum and maximum has nothing to do with me. That's all through Twitch. That's pretty much just how you're going to have to do it per day. So you can be able to get more and contribute more than that, but that's just per day. Once that is hit, I will be giving away the day before or even on the day of, but you will be able to have 2K day one. Now, like I said, I do plan on giving away multiple 2Ks. I do plan on doing one for YouTube. This is gonna just be the first one.